once again, it is my pleasure and honor to say, welcome to the pit. Now, I'm sure a lot of you really observant people or my fans are like, now, Mike, all of these backgrounds, that's not usually what your background is. What happened there? Now, thank you, Cousin Jeb. Now, I'm not sure exactly why my fans have southern accents, but you do now, apparently. As you can see, yes, I have moved. Things have changed, as I'm sure everyone's aware of the story or whatever. I'm not going to get into it because whatever. But be it as it may, this is now The Pit. This is now my own personal show. So I will not be plugging too many things, obviously. And since it is not connected to a store, parents, I'm going to warn you right now, some colorful language may slip out. Now, I'm not going to try to become a Tarantino film and have an F-bomb every 5 seconds or anything. But if the muse strikes me, so to speak, it may come out. So just parental guidance is suggested at the moment. Other than that, I say welcome. Thank you for clicking on the watch button on the YouTubes. If you did. If not, well then I don't know how the hell you're seeing me. So other than that, before I get started, there is one thing I did want to plug. It was this awesome event that's happening in Mulca Hill. It's called Retrofest. It is run by the people who run the store Retro Station down in Mulca Hill. Awesome person. The owner's name is Jerry. He's a very cool friend of mine. It's a great store. And I am plugging this, not just because the man's a friend of mine, but also because I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there selling some wares. This is basically not a meet and greet, but it's a big retro community of people who will be selling different items. And, so please come on down, support Retro Station, support me, however you want to handle it. And just come down and have a good time. There's going to be a band, I believe. There's going to be food. There's going to be soft drinks. Speaking of soft drinks, this man has the best soda available anywhere. He has soda that's made in Philadelphia called Dr. Physic, and it is the best damn black cherry soda on earth. All of his sodas are amazing. They're all old-fashioned, so they all go down smooth. You're never thirsty after drinking it. Tremendous. I just highly recommend them. So again, the date for Retrofest is Saturday, June 14th. I will post the information in the link and stuff somewhere on the bottom below here, either right here like on the screen, or if I'm too lazy to do that, you'll see it in the comments below. Either or. Now I got that out of the way, and I'm really hoping I see you guys there, my ladies. I hope I already reached out to Glitter, but I'm hoping I see Glitter. Hope she brings Faceplant and Monkey and Batgirl and Storm. I don't have a name for you guys yet, but Storm, Jake. I hope Clown Shoe shows up, as well as Clown Shoe's Clown Shoe's sister. I apologize. Clown Shoe's sister, Hat Girl. I hope Hat Girl brings Fringe, and I hope Clown Shoe brings his brother from another mother, Birkenstocks. I really hope to see my Pitman crew down here. I hope, because really, I miss you guys. I miss rapping with you, multiple times a week. You guys made the store fun. I also hope my sometimes regulars, people, the very nice family who came to Doctor Who screening, who came for our Halloween screening, the Horror Bazaar. I hope they show up. They're awesome, especially the youngin who gave me. Who gave the store the green Pokemon, who, by the way, oddly enough, it's named Bobby now, but whatever. I don't have access to it anymore, but I hope you guys show up. I would like to thank you in person again for that, and I just hope, I miss my peeps. Now I got that out of the way, all that fun stuff. Now it's time for me to talk about just an issue that I really wanted to get out there in the world, and it's not a big issue. It's not like global warming or war in Iraq or whatever. I mean, that's important stuff. So this is frivolous, fun talk that hopefully may spark a debate or two, which is fine. Just don't start throwing punches at each other or some stupid crap, please. Anyway, not the issue, but it was something I noticed. I was on the Facebooks that you kids use, along with your rap music and whatever. And it was a message from a female fan, a girl who reads comics, and she was basically complaining about how how superheroes' costumes in comics are always revealing and tight fitting and all that stuff. And why is that? Why can't they be seen as powerful and not have big bosoms or whatever, or seen as sex objects? Before I start, I understand the point, and I can respect it. I can respect her opinion. However, even though there is a big influx of women reading comics now, ladies, you gotta remember, these things are written primarily, the biggest audience for comic books are pubescent teenage boys. That's just the way it is. That's the way it's always going to be. They're always going to outnumber you. And this isn't one of those, it's a man's world bunch of shit. First curse. But it's not that. That's who buys more comics than the girls. So they have to be catered to a degree. And frankly, have you not seen a male costume? I mean, all the guys, every male superhero is, jacked to the gills. They got giant bulges anyway. I mean, I'm not sure what more you want. A guy walking around with his dingus hanging out, it's not like the women are running around comics with their bosoms just flopping everywhere or something. Well, they did in the 90s, but that's besides the point. And they're not really over-sexualized anyway. I mean, if you think about it, they're under-sexualized. At least DC did. I mean, they took all their female superheroes, and after they did the reboot, suddenly Black Canary isn't one of the best superheroes ever, at least when it comes to women's costumes, with the one-piece bathing suit, the fishnets, the leather jacket, and the boots. Awesome costume, sexy as hell, and I know it's sexy as hell because go to any comic convention, you'll see 1,000 Black Canaries, and not only that, you'll see 1 billion Wonder Woman. Do you know how many freaking riots almost started because they decided, hey, Wonder Woman should start wearing pants now? That's the look. Leave it alone. That's all there is to it. And that's just, if you ladies or dudes want to comment on the things below, start some stuff, awesome. Go for it. Just don't send me any hate mail, please. I'm not sexist. I'm not a pig. I'm not macho. I'm not a typical man. If you start doing that crap to me, it'll get ugly quick. So just don't. This is just me spouting things off. And while I'm on the subject of comics, I would like to basically just talk about, comic book movies, kind of, sort of. I had I had seen Captain America, Winter Soldier, awesome movie, highly recommend it. If anyone gets a chance to see it, go for it. It's a great movie, better than the first one. Not the greatest superhero movie ever made, I keep hearing people say that, no. It's an awesome movie. Don't get me wrong. It's not, it's really good though. In terms of Marvel movies, I would put it in my top 3. But that's just me. I also saw Godzilla, and Godzilla was freaking amazing. I have to go off topic, but so awesome. It had a couple of flaws that I wasn't a big fan of, but I'm not going to get into them because they could be partially spoiled. Not really. It's just you spend more time on the humans than you do on Godzilla. I'm not a big fan of that, but that's every Godzilla movie ever made. I'm always the guy watching a Godzilla movie going, who the hell cares about the people? Could you just get the Godzilla destroying things or fighting a monster, pimp smacking something? Just give me that. I don't care about people. Same thing. But the new Godzilla should be called Godzilla 2, the apology for the Matthew Broderick piece of crap movie. So it was really cool. So get to see that too. Now, when it comes to the comic book books, everyone should know by now I'm a big DC fan. I'm sure you can tell. Superman, again. Superman. And I'm reading stories now. It's every once in a while I hear someone say how DC's ripping off Marvel, and after I'm done punching them in the throat, because to me that's like someone saying Warhammer is ripping off Warcraft. Just, and I'm like, and I'm not even a big Warhammer guy, but I'd say no, Warhammer was around way before Warcraft, so shut up. That's just me, and to me, DC is just, it was first. Look at the history books, kids. Don't argue with me on this one. It's the truth. Rocco Wiki is going to be there. And I'm not saying they don't copy off each other. They do. It's just stories parallel, and you know, Marvel. There are times like Marvel brought back Bucky, and then not too much too longer, DC brought back Jason Todd, so on and so forth. It's just, I mean, that stuff happens, and I'm not saying that they never, you know, intermingle, so to speak. But it's just the idea that Marvel is I've read some of that Marvel apparently is going to be doing a clean slate, like they're going to reboot their franchise, their universe, which by the way, about damn time. And I'm not a big fan of reboots, I'm really not, but I don't know, every once in a while I would think you would run out of ideas, especially since apparently in Marvel the time stream's been broken like 50,000 times, and somehow the past X-Men are in the present day universe, and that should really make time implode. You think, but no, everyone's running around having a grand old time. So I don't know. To me, it's just, if Marvel's going to copy DC by doing, oh, we're going to have a crisis sort of thing, which I'm just calling it that for a reason. Fine. All I know is that if someone looks at me and says DC copied Marvel for that, I will sincerely punch him in the nose, because it's like, no, you're too stupid to live. Anyway, other than that, more things I had to chat with you guys about. By the way, every once in a while I may throw in some non-nerdy stuff, or nerdy stuff from a different venture. Like, I'm a big wrestling fan, as everyone knows. So every once in a while wrestling talk may come in to this. Not at the moment, because I'm just not really in the mood to talk about wrestling. I will, however, this morning I woke up, Smallville was on, and so since Smallville is on the brain, I'm going to do my usual question for you guys. Question of the day. By the way, you didn't see that there's a bug right here, so I swung. I'm not having a seizure. Or I could be, but trust me, I wasn't. The question for the Smallville thing is just favorite episode of Smallville. It's very simple today. Very simple, very easy. Just favorite episode, and if you can, why? My favorite episode, like I have a tie right now. It's Onyx, where Lex is hit with Black Kryptonite and splits into two Lexes. And it's the first time you get to see Michael Rosenbaum play the really, really evil Lex Luthor. And Rosenbaum is my favorite Lex Luthor of all time, which some people may find amazing because I'm a big Kevin Spacey fan, I'm a big Gene Hackman fan, and when I was growing up, Sherman Howard played Lex Luthor in the TV show Superboy. Loved him too. And I love Clancy Brown's doing the voice for Lex in the cartoon, but Rosenbaum just nails it perfectly. And he's so good at evil, and it's just a great episode. It's very well written. It's executed very well. And, yeah, you get to see Lex pimp smack Clark once in a while, which is always fun to me. And that's tied with the finale, and the finale, like the show finale, the last episode, like the whole episode itself isn't the greatest episode. And I will never say it's the greatest, but I personally like it because it ties everything together. The end, and it ends the way I think the show. I always said the show was going to end to begin with, and I won't spoil it for those of you who haven't seen it. I'll just leave it the way it ended, the way I want it to end. And it was tremendous. So, right there. So, yeah, please leave your comments below. And also, hit me up on the Twitter. My Twitter handle, which I have not created yet, I'm going to put down there and let you guys, and I'll be on the screen somewhere, because it'll say, hey, schmuck, your Twitter handle is So it'll probably be at the pit, but just in case the pit is taken, it might be at the pit, blah, 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 blah. So I don't want to say what it's going to be until I actually go hit on the Twitters myself and go for it. Anywho, that'll be it for today. It's a very short episode. So I'm sure you guys don't want to hear me talk and ramble and rave for like 30 minutes. And guess what? You ain't getting this thing cut no more. Ha! I'm going to post it right on the internet as soon as I'm done. And boom! Quick! Boom! Easy. Actually, there might be a little bit of editing because I might put some things on the things with the arrows and the words. Yep. And everyone right now is going, was he always special? What the? I'll say, yes. Yes, I was. Actually, this is what happens, kids, when you get a really good night's sleep, but you're still hopped up on caffeine. So, don't do that. But all in all, welcome to the pit. This is, I don't think I ever said this, this is now what I'm going to call my fortress of solitude. So, thank you very much. See you next week, or next time I film, and buy Snacky Cakes. See ya at 2 and 2.